The Cures from Chains to Wisdom, How the Slave Epictetus Became a King of Freedom. Forget palaces and wealth. This story begins with a man in chains, a man who owned nothing but his mind. Meet Epictetus, the slave who proved that true freedom is not a matter of status, but of inner strength. In a world filled with constant anxiety, stress, and a relentless pursuit of external validation, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a powerful, timeless remedy. This isn't about emotionless suppression, as is commonly misunderstood, but a profound and practical art of mastering what is truly within our control. And no one embodied this philosophy more completely than Epictetus, the man who rose from the lowest rung of society to become one of the most influential thinkers of all time. Born around 50 A.D. in Hierapolis, a city in Phrygia, modern-day Turkey, Epictetus entered the world without privilege. His life was predetermined by the brutal laws of the Roman Empire. He was born into slavery. His master, a wealthy and influential secretary to Emperor Nero named Epictetus, was known for his cruelty. Legend, perhaps apocryphal but a perfect mirror of his philosophy, tells a story of Epictetus deliberately twisting his slave's leg in a cruel display of power. Without a hint of a wince, Epictetus calmly said, "If you continue, you will break it." When the bone snapped, he added with the same serene composure, "I told you that you would break it." This act, whether a historical fact or a powerful teaching tool, perfectly captures the core of his thought. Epictetus lived a life defined by physical pain and a complete lack of personal liberty, yet his mind remained an unassailable fortress. His master, perhaps out of a twisted form of intellectual curiosity, allowed him to study philosophy under the prominent Stoic teacher Musonius Rufus. It was in these lessons that Epictetus found his path to true freedom, realizing that while his body was a prisoner, his mind was absolutely his own. The master of the internal kingdom, Epictetus's life was a living testament to his own teachings. He didn't just lecture on Stoicism, he lived it. He taught that the most crucial distinction we can make in life is between what is within our power and what is not. External events, sickness, poverty, the opinions of others, even our own death, are outside of our control. The only things we can truly master are our thoughts, our judgments, and our actions. This was a radical idea for his time, especially coming from a slave. While others sought power, wealth, and external approval, Epictetus taught that these were all fleeting and unreliable. He argued that the ultimate form of slavery is being bound by the opinions and events of the external world, constantly swayed by desires, fears, and anger. True freedom, he insisted, is the inner freedom from these disruptive passions. After years of servitude, Epictetus eventually gained his freedom, possibly after Nero's death. He went on to found his own philosophical school in Nicopolis, Greece. His reputation grew, attracting students from all walks of life, including senators and high-ranking officials. These powerful men who were technically free came to learn from a former slave how to truly live without fear and with integrity. They were captives of their own desires and the political turmoil of the Roman court, and Epictetus taught them how to become masters of themselves. His teachings were not dry academic lectures. He used a conversational, powerful style filled with sharp questions and vivid analogies. It was his student, Arian, who painstakingly transcribed his discourses into the Discourses and the more famous Enchiridion, or Handbook, ensuring his timeless wisdom was not lost to history. A lesson that liberates. The teachings of Epictetus can be summarized in 3 liberating principles. 1. The dichotomy of control. This is the bedrock of his philosophy. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Focus your energy on your character, your decisions, and your virtue. This simple but profound shift in perspective eliminates a vast amount of worry and stress. 2. The inner citadel. True freedom is an internal state, No one can enslave your mind or take away your ability to choose your own judgments. Your mind is your fortress, a sanctuary that can never be breached by external events, no matter how harsh. 3. Character is everything. A person's value is measured by their virtue and integrity, not by their wealth, power, or social status. Epictetus, living in humble conditions, was a king in spirit, while many of his free contemporaries were slaves to their own passions. The story of Epictetus is a powerful reminder that no matter our circumstances, we possess an indomitable strength within us. We can be free even in chains if we find freedom in our minds. His life proves that philosophy is not an abstract subject for the elite, but a practical, life-saving tool accessible to anyone who seeks to live a good life. If you want to discover more stories about how the practical principles of philosophy helped great individuals find peace in a chaotic world, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon. We'll show you how to build an inner fortress that nothing can tear down.